Israel and Iran have fought a clandestine war across the Middle East for years, mainly by land and air. Now ships are under attack in the Mediterranean and Red Seas. The sun was rising on the Mediterranean one recent morning when the crew of an Iranian cargo ship heard an explosion. The ship, the Shahr, was about 50 miles off the coast of Israel, and from the bridge they saw a plume of smoke rising from one of the hundreds of containers stacked on deck. The state-run Iranian shipping company said the vessel had been heading to Spain and called the explosion a terrorist act. But the attack on the Shahr this month was just one of the latest salvos in a long-running covert conflict between Israel and Iran. An Israeli official said the attack was retaliation for an Iranian assault on an Israeli cargo ship last month. Iran appears to have quietly responded with its own clandestine attacks. The latest came on Thursday afternoon, when an Israeli-owned container ship, the Lori, was hit by an Iranian missile in the Arabian Sea, an Israeli official said. No casualties or significant damage were reported. The extent of Iran's retaliation is unclear. Most of the attacks are carried out clandestinely and with no public claims of responsibility. The Israeli ship attacked last month was a car freighter, the Helios Ray, carrying several thousand German-made cars to China. As the ship rounded the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage off the coast of Iran, a speedboat that had been trailing in its wake accelerated, zipping alongside the freighter. Commandos affixed two-timed explosives to the port side of the ship, a meter above the water, according to a person with knowledge of the subsequent investigation. 20 minutes later, the explosives ripped 2 holes in the hull. Several tankers were similarly attacked in the Red Sea last fall and winter, actions some officials attributed to the Houthis, an Iran-backed rebel movement in Yemen. Iran has denied involvement in all of these attacks which, like the Israeli ones, appeared intended not to sink the ships, but to send a message.